Hello again. Welcome back to the Great Breyer Collection unboxing. Once again, I have no idea what week this is or what box this is, but we'll find out. It'll be an adventure. This is going to be a test for me. This is the Breyer Mustangs box. Hopefully that's what's in here. Doesn't matter. I can always look it up if I don't know it. But the Breyer Mustang was introduced in 1960-61 and has been in production continuously since then in a variety of regular run and special run colors. Not my forte, so I may be pulling out the reference book this week. Let's find out what we got. First up, we have a Mustang. Yay! It's black and white. I will probably get into a lot more details, so I'm going to say he is a black and white Pinto Mustang, and he has tri-eyes, so black, brown with a little eye white in the corner. He is newer. He is like 1990s is my definition of newer, because I'm an old person, right? And he's a black and white Pinto Mustang. Let's see what we have this week. So, how are you guys doing? I'm doing awesome. Right out of the gate, we have the special run 1998, I think I was close, Toys R Us. Now this is timely, since Toys R Us is now closing all their stores. You used to be able to go to Toys R Us and buy not only Breyers, special run Breyers you could only get at Toys R Us. This is Renegade. He is a black frame Overo pattern Pinto. So, a nice start. I'm going to leave this right here with a nice little bookmark so that I can open it again because I think I'm going to need it. Number 2, also a Mustang. Huzzah! So, this is a very pretty semi-gloss chestnut Mustang. And he has just plain black eyes. And he is, oh, interesting. So this is 1996 to 1997, Baron the Mustang. He was a regular run in Glossy. This says Glossy. I mean, oh, wait, hold on. Breyer Party 97, maybe? He has a signature in gold on his belly. The time frame's right, so I'm going to say this is a regular run Baron Mustang, supposedly glossy mahogany bay. Being a collector, I'm going to fuss and I'm going to call this guy semi-gloss. If you see gloss, you know the difference. And he has a signature, so he was bought at a Breyer Party, but he is not a Breyer Party like special model to my knowledge, unless he might be, but I doubt it. Oh goodness. Okay, now this one's interesting. So this is one of the original color Mustangs. This is Glossy Alabaster, which was made for the longest period of time. Since I have the book open, I'll go ahead and look. 61 to 66 in Glossy Alabaster. He was painted at one time, and then the paint was removed is my guess. He has lots of like brown and gray in his mane and tail. Somebody may have wanted to do that as an effect, but it is definitely overpainted. This isn't like a Breyer original finish. His mane and tail should just be glossy gray like the rest of him. And so this is one of those Mustang details. If you can see it in the video or not, I don't know. The front of his front down hoof, which would be his left, is chopped off. And so they only did that for a couple of years. Then they left the hoof tip. So the new Mustangs sit back on their tail most reliably. The old Mustangs will sit forward or can sit forward on that toe, and that's what they were intended to do because the tail tends to break. I have a wood grain Mustang whose tail's broken off. So what they were trying to do was to get the mold to sit forward on that foot, but the mold is so heavy in the back end, he tends to tip back and sit on his tail anyway. But that is one way of telling older models from newer models is that toe tip. So poor condition, but one of the original color Glossy Alabaster Mustangs. We have a lot. Okay, I'm going to pick this one because he's like one of my original carpet herd. This is the matte buckskin Mustang. He's got a big rub on this hip, but other than that, he's in nice condition. He has no dorsal stripe, and the color, you can tell he's newer for this issue. The matte buckskin, it says, was made 61 to 86. So this is going to be one of the 80s era. Again, the hoof tip is not clipped off. He doesn't have any additional like dorsal stripe or anything. And he also has a Breyer Molding Company mold mark with the USA, which is a sign. So the original Breyer Mustang had the round Breyer mold mark, but in late 60s, early 70s, they added that USA. So you can tell if like a collector would look at it and say, that's a newer one. But those are some hallmarks of knowing that he's newer, is the hoof, the USA, and then the lack of a dorsal stripe of any kind. Moving on, we have an unpainted Mustang. So this guy has the USA and the Breyer. The unpainteds, you have to be really careful because some of them are factory unpainted, so they came from the factory without a paint job on them. Some of them, people will take a horse and strip the paint off, which you can do. It's not easy because the Breyer paint's pretty tough. I'm going to say this is an original issued without any paint on him, and the reason I'm going to say that is because his seams are very rough. So if you look at a normal Breyer, especially like over the back, along the nose, they take acetone and they wipe where these seams are so that when you look at them, it's just nice and smooth and it looks like it's a single piece. This one has very distinct mold or seam lines, and the reason that is because he never got his seams cleaned. It's called flashing. He has a lot of flashing where the little extra plastic curls into where the mold comes together. It's not perfect exact fit, and so you'll get a little bit of an edge here and you'll get a little extra flash here and there. And so the first thing the molders do after they've put them together is they take a little bit of acetone and they'll wipe and take down, or they'll carve down all that flash. He has lots of flash on his hooves. He has some flash on his fetlocks. So this tells me this is an Breyer factory issued unpainted. I don't know if it was like an actual regular release. Breyer did this at Breyer Fest for a couple of years. They put unpainted bodies out, and sometimes you could buy them like from just about horses. So I don't know if this was a regular issue, but he is a factory unpainted Breyer Mustang, which is really cool. There are a lot of people that specifically collect that. Moving on, we have a nice Sorrel Mustang. I'm thinking this looks like the Black Horse Ranch Black Horse Ranch Special Run. There are some very close issues in Mustang colors. So he was issued as a regular run, but I don't think this is him because he has a bald face. And I'm pretty sure the bald face is the hallmark of that Breyer or that Black Horse Ranch Special Run. I'm going to go with that. He has the round Breyer Molding Company, the USA stamp, the unsnipped foot, which tells you newer. So this is what I'm going to say this is. Special Run 1988 Black Horse Ranch, 333 made, matte. This says red done. This is actually a Sorrel. So, you know what collectors do at this point? We break out the Bible. This is Nancy Atkin Young's Breyer book, which is the absolutely anything you ever wanted to know book. And I'm going to consult this one. Red done. Fair. He's definitely not the Palomino. He's definitely not Turbo. But he is definitely a Sorrel. He's not a red dun, so he could be the Palomino. but the Palomino sure looks paler. So I'm going to leave it up to the Breyer Mustang collectors on this one, but I'm going to call him a chestnut or sorrel with 4 stockings and gray hooves and a bald face. Mustang. There you go. That's what he is. Thank you. No, wait, there's more. Okay. I'm going to do this guy. I hunted for this guy for a long time. I loved this guy. He is gorgeous. I just love his paint job. It's the Pinto Bay Pinto Mustang. He was really hard to come by for a long time. But he was a regular run, 1990 to 1991, Paint American Mustang. He just was very popular. So he was, 1 year isn't a long period of time to issue these horses. And so he was very uncommon. He's a very attractive paint job with the black legs and mane and tail, and he just looks like the epitome of a Mustang. So I did find one of these eventually, and he was on the shelves, and I've probably sold him off since then because my collection turns over quickly. But he's gorgeous. I just love this guy. He's definitely one of my favorite Mustangs. So it looks like I somehow managed to save the best for last. So no decorators, so you can like continue breathing. And this is the Glossy Charcoal Mustang, one of the original issue colors. Since I have the book open, we'll go with it. Diablo Glossy Charcoal, 1961 to 1970. Really, this is gloss. This is gloss. I mean, you probably can't see it in the video, but this is semi-gloss. This is gloss. You just want that nice drippy, looks like just porcelain, gorgeous. He has eye whites, and he has that snipped off hoof, and he has no USA mark. So ding, 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 and ding. People do copy these. So if you're a newbie collector, pay attention to these things, because these little details are the things which are going to help you determine true from fake. He's in pretty nice condition. He's got a couple of scuffs and some ear tip rubs and stuff, but for this age of model and this popularity, he's really pretty painted. So these are all, I think I've said before, hand painted, and so the person with the airbrush really has a lot of control over how attractive and how much shading they end up with. This guy got a medium amount of shading, so he's really pretty because he's got the lights and the darks, and the mane and the tail are white, and just really, really, really attractive. And he's got the eye whites, so this used to be and still is a very, very popular, desirable mold, and this is just one of the ultimates for this mold. So he's very nice, but wait, there's more. I said we didn't have a decorator, but I'm hoping that this guy is a Glossy Appaloosa. So this was the, I don't know how to pronounce it, Nestle Qua. This was like the best of the best. Beautiful, just beautiful gray shading, and with the black splatter dapple where they would just splatter the black on him. He does have some condition issues. He's got rubs all along this side. He's got some rubs on this side. No brakes. Hoof tip gone. No USA. And no eye whites, so just the solid black. He was made, Glossy Gray Appaloosa, 61 to 66. And like I said, beautiful, beautiful shading. I like his black is light and consistent across the body. This is one of those things that the painters can really bring out the best in a mold. And this guy, especially on this side, you can see it's very consistent. It starts all the way at the back and it goes all the way up. He's got splatters all the way up his neck. Not heavy, not, really, really stand out, but just very nice and consistent and really attractive. So this would probably be of my personal choices. The last three were just my favorites, and this guy is just beautiful. So it was a beautiful box, and I just love this mold. He's very, very popular as a mold, and hopefully we will see some more wonderful horses in the weeks to come. So hope you had fun. Thank you.